What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Picks and Roll DFS. We're heading into Game 2 of the WNBA Finals between the Aces and the Mercury, and we are on a heater. We went 3-0 in the last semifinal game, and 1-2, unfortunately, in the last game, which puts us at 7-2 overall in our last 3 videos. We wrapped up September up 20 units. And through the first week of October, as you can see here, we are up 5 units right now. This is verified over on Pikkit, where you can track all of my plays transparently. That means that we are up 25 units in the last 5 weeks. And today, we're looking to keep that momentum rolling. Now, before we jump into the plays, here's your bankroll tip of the day. In Game 2, emotions are higher. Rotations tighten, and adjustments get sharper. This is where we double down on discipline and data. We stick to what's worked, following recent game trends and player usage instead of reacting to one hot or cold night. Trust the numbers and stay consistent. Before we dive in, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I focus heavily on basketball, but I also drop my best plus EV plays across all sports. NBA, NFL, MLB, UFC, you name it. Liking these videos helps them reach more bettors, and subscribing makes sure you get them first, before the lines move and before the value disappears. And if you are in the winnable VIP, you already know this heater isn't a fluke. As I mentioned, we have been up 20 units in September. And in this first week of October, we're sitting at plus 5.3 units with a 4.32% ROI, which again is verified directly on Pikkit. That's over 25 units in just 5 weeks, which means $250 profit for $10 bettors or a $2,500 profit for $100 bettors. Right now, you can join the VIP for just $15 for your first month using code NBA. That's 70% off the regular $50 price. If you've been waiting for proof before joining, this is it. The record, the ROI, and results speak for themselves. Let's get into our first play today. We're going to go with Alyssa Thomas, higher than 7.5 rebounds. Now, the line, I believe, on Underdog is a bit higher. I believe they have set at 8.5 or 9.5, if I'm not mistaken. I want to drop this a little bit lower. And as I've mentioned, and I will continue to mention with Underdog, they give a crazy amount of promos and profit boost. And for today's plays, I am taking the lesser payouts for an increased probability of hitting, but then using the 50% profit boost for WNBA that Underdog is giving us for today. So the first line that I have is Alyssa Thomas going higher than 7.5 rebounds. As you can see, she has cleared this line in 8 of her last 10 games, averaging just about 8 in that time span and a median of 8.5. We can see that when it comes to guarding forwards, the Aces and rebounds allowed specifically, they are ranked 12th, allowing nearly 20 rebounds per game to their opponent's forwards. And if we look at the last 5, she's cleared this line in 5 out of 5 games, 100%. Again, averaging almost 9 and a median of 8 in this time frame. Then we can go a little further and we can see the insights are talking about we're failing to exceed 9.5, which helps us out. We're not looking at that 9.5. I believe that's what the line actually opened up at, 9.5. But it talks about her failing to exceed 9.5 in 5 of her last 6 games on the road. And we are not looking at that 9. We're hoping for at least 8. And if we look at the most recent data, as especially the last 5 and the last 10. We can see that she has cashed this line consistently. And then if we look at the head-to-head matchups, we can look at the last 2 where she got 11 and 10. And then obviously overall this season and last season combined, she's cashed this line just 3 out of 8 games. Now, we've talked about looking at the most recent data for the playoffs and the finals specifically because the game changes. When you're looking at these large sample sizes, there's a lot of other variants and things that come into play, and they don't really matter now because when the finals are underway, players play with higher intensity, stars shine even brighter, and this is one of those opportunities and one of those few opportunities that Alyssa Thomas has had in the finals to show what she's got. So she is giving everything on all aspects of the game, and one of those important factors that she will play is on the boards. With the aces being ranked 12th in rebounds allowed for forwards, and her consistency in cashing this last 5 and the last 10 games, I believe this is a solid spot for Alyssa Thomas at higher than 7.5 rebounds. Now, before we hit play 2, want to give a quick shout out to Betr, as they are doing a couple things right now. First, they're giving all new users 2 free picks. First, all users are getting the Justin Jefferson free pick where he only needs to get 1 yard to cash. But today they're also offering new users a Josh Allen pick as well, where Josh Allen will only need to pass for 1 yard in order to cash. If you add that Josh Allen play, it's just one of the plays for him today, easy cash. Then you can do the same thing with the Justin Jefferson, and then that's an easy way to build your bankroll on multiple DFS platforms. They are also going to give you a free $10 and a 50% deposit match up to $200. Just use code DIME or hit the link in the description and send me a screenshot to picksenrolldfs@gmail.com, and I'll give you a free month inside my winnable VIP just for signing up. Let's go to play 2, which is going to be Chelsea Gray going higher than 4.5 assists. We can see that Chelsea Gray has cashed this line in the last 10, 9 out of 10 times, averaging nearly 8 and a median of 8.5 in this time frame. Then we let the last 5, which is even better for us, cash this 100% of the time, again with an average way above our expectation of higher than 4.5 and a median of 9. Average of 8, median of 9. And then we look at Phoenix's defense in terms of assists allowed to guards. They rank 8th, averaging 13 on the season. Now, again, this is season long. We're just looking and focusing on the playoffs. We can see that this line opened up at 6.5, and that's where it is right now. If you feel really confident, especially with this average and the median and the last 5 and the last 10, you could definitely play this at the 7. But again, I dropped everything just a bit lower, and then I'm using the WNBA 50% profit boost on this play to increase the value on the juice that's already on the plays. We can also see that she has consistently cashed this, so have a lot of other cards in terms of their lines in regards to assist. They don't give us any insights, but just from what we have noticed and looking, comparing those lines from other sports books and DS platforms, we see DraftKings really love this play at minus 475, ESPN Bet at minus 500. You can see that this is not even being allowed at other places, which shows how this is a really confident and conservative play for today. And again, using that profit boost that Underdog gives for the WNBA finals tonight makes this play even sweeter. Speaking of Underdog, they're also, aside from those great profit boost that they're giving across multiple sports, MLB, UFC, NFL. They're also going to give you $100 in bonus funds if you simply play $5. Not only are they giving those profit boosts and $100 if you just play 5, they also give multiple gimme picks throughout the week. You stack those up with the plays from today, split them up, also add them into profit boost. Again, easy ways to use the bonus funds to build your actual row. If you want to sign up for Underdog, use code LOB when you sign up and email me a screenshot to picksandrolldfs@gmail.com. Again, another easy way to earn a free month in my Winnable VIP, where I've showed you over the last 5 weeks, we have been on an absolute heater. Last play for today is going to be Satu Sabali going higher than 14.5 points. Now, Satu has been going off, and I think she's going to come out with a little more vengeance, especially how last game ended. If you watched, Phoenix was up the majority of the game. Aces fought back. Fourth quarter, Satu picks up her 5th foul. She gets upset, slams the ball down, and then gets a tech. And you know that she is going to feel some of the guilt as the reason why the Ace started to build momentum after that play, and that Phoenix started to fall apart. So I feel like she's definitely going to come up with a little bit more vengeance today, looking to be very aggressive on the offensive end. Now, her line is set currently at, I believe, 17.5. As I mentioned, we're dropping the points just a little bit, playing a little bit more conservative, and using that WNBA profit boost that we were given from Underdog. Now we can see in the last 10, she has cleared 14.5 points 7 out of 10 times, with an average of 18 and a median of 20. We look at her last 5. As I mentioned, she had a great game offensively on Friday. She scored 19. We look at the last 5. She's cleared this line 4 out of 5 games. 80% rate, an average of 19 and a median of 21. And the only game that she didn't clear it, you can see this was a 13-point win for the Lynx. Now, when we look at the Aces defense for points allowed, overall they're ranked 7th. But then when we look at how they guard against forwards and points allowed, they allow nearly 37 points per game. We know that Alyssa Thomas is going to get in double digits, but she also can get in double digits with assists. And one of those people that she likes to pass to a lot is Satu Sabali. And we can see that this 14.5 is largely favored in numerous places. As you see, Hard Rock Bet has this at minus 210. DraftKings minus 285, ESPN Bet minus 300, and then our most trusted book for WNBA props, FanDuel at minus 305. Obviously, when I say most trusted, they're obviously like Pinnacle and Bookmaker, but when it comes to kind of looking at these line comparisons here from Outlier, and you're looking at one of the softer books, FanDuel is one of the most trusted, and they have this play minus 5. So you can see a majority, all of our plays for today are heavily favored because we dropped those lines in comparison to where they actually are on Underdog. And then using that 50% profit boost just elevates the likelihood of us simply cashing, which is our goal every single day. Now, if you want to see the same data I use, again, you have to check out Outlier. You see this in every single video. I break down the line comparisons. They show you the line movements. They show you the matchup data for that specific prop. They give you the last 5, last 10, last 20, the head-to-head, which we didn't show for Satu, which again, helps prove why this play is a solid one. It is literally the best research tool out there. You can filter all these different data points to help either prove your prop or show you the caution and why you may not want to play this prop, which is, again, like one of the cool things is you can adjust those lines to see the data at different spots. If you want to become a sharp bettor, you need to invest in the research you do. And Outlier is the best place to go. Link is in the description. You can get a free trial for Outlier. Very, very best place to go. Lastly, I also just want to put out recommendation for Pikkit. Again, Pikkit is free, but it is the best way to also track your bets. Sharp bettors always look at the data, not just for the props they choose, but for the success or lack thereof in terms of their plays. If you use the code LOB when you sign up, again, it is free to sign up. All you have to do is use that code. Then sync all of your sports books and DFS platforms and watch your plays. Very simple. Pikkit, Outlier, two great resources and tools to help improve your betting. Let's recap today's plays. We have Alyssa Thomas, higher than 7.5 rebounds. We have Chelsea Gray, higher than 4.5 assists. We have Satu Sabali going higher than 14.5 points. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't yet, and grab those promos while they're still alive. Again, we have that better free $10 plus up to $200 bonus on your first deposit, and those 2 free picks of Justin Jefferson and Josh Allen. We have Underdog, where they're giving you numerous 50 to 75% profit boost and gimme plays. You have my winnable VIP. If you use code NBA for your first month to get at only $15, which is 70% off. And then using Outlier to research like a pro, and of course Pikkit to track all of those plays transparently. Let's keep the finals run rolling, and as always, let's build that roll.